How's it going? How's it going, all? This mic is short. This mic is short. Oh god, how is anyone supposed to use that? I got me a newer headset because mine was starting to rip. Alright, we're back with more God of Butt. God of Booty. Ooh, that was pretty loud.
Is that smoke?
No, boy.
Stay back, boy.
Ugh. What is that?
We must find another way up.
The witch! Wish she was here. Bet she could get us past this.
My magic is useless against the Black Breath, and there's no way around it. Odin saw to that long ago.
What are you doing here?
Making sure you can finish your journey.
Why wait to warn us?
I was busy, saving my friend, if you remember. The Black Breath is a corruption of magic even I can't dispel. Only the pure light of Alfheim is strong enough to break through. But that road is long. What does this goal mean to you?
It's everything.
Follow me.
Why help us?
Maybe I see more of myself in you than I'm willing to admit. Maybe by helping you, I'll make up for a lifetime of mistakes. Or maybe I just like you.
Even though we shot your friend?
Even though you shot my friend, yes.
Where must we go?
To a realm beyond your own.
Ah. A realm beyond my own, eh?
We're going to another realm? Are you coming with us?
Only for a little while.
Only for a little while. We'll use this. Graythaw.
Can't. Sindri said it was broken.
Sindri.
The dwarf at the foot of these hills.
He was fixing it when we got here.
No one was there when I passed by. Perhaps he finished. Dwarves are awfully resourceful.
And irritating, based on the two we have met.
That too. Just give that a turn. There.
Ah.
Tyr's temple is at the center of the lake. It is from there we travel to Alfheim. Thankfully, it's no longer underwater.
Why is that creature in the bay?
No one knows. He just appeared one day. Soon after, Thor attacked, and their battle could be felt across all the realms. Ultimately, it ended in a stalemate, and Thor returned to Odin empty-handed. The serpent stayed and grew so large, he now spans all of Midgard.
See? Told you.
They've hated each other ever since, destined to kill each other come Ragnarok.
You believe in Ragnarok?
I dearly wish I didn't, child.
You know, we actually talked to the World Serpent.
You did?
An exaggeration.
I'm good with languages, even ones I've never heard before. But when he talks, I can't understand any of it.
Sadly, no one can. He speaks a dead tongue.
Oh. Must be lonely.
Watch your step. Just along here.
You sure? We came through here before and there's no way back across. See?
Is that so? Let me show you something.
Oh.
Are you watching?
No.
Liosta!
What? It's solid.
Elven architecture. My bowstring was soaked in the light of Alfheim. It can now reawaken the magic of the elves.
Wait, it won't just disappear, will it?
Not as long as the light shines free. This way.
I want one.
Interesting.
Those roots. What kind of magic is that?
It's Vanir.
From Vanaheim?
You know of it?
Just stories. Mother didn't say much about the Vanir gods. Just that they're always at war with the Aesir. As compared to Odin and Thor, they're the good guy.
There are no good gods, boy. Thought I taught you that.
Those runes are of Muspelheim, the Fire Realm. No place for children, even brave ones.
Oh yeah?
The Tongue of Niflheim, a foul place of ice and mists, and dwarven mischief.
How goes Dad Boy of War? It's going well. How are you, man? How goes you, my friend? How was your day? I've been well. Just kicking ass in God of War, or getting my ass kicked. One of the two. Work has been good. Just chilling.
Oh.
Excuse me. It's been a bit. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a few days. You've been busy, huh? Hope your streams have been well. Nah, not this week thus far. Yesterday and today haven't been busy at all. We did get a new coworker though. I do have a new trainee that I'm showing through the ropes, so hopefully he sticks around for as long as he wishes to. Ah, the world serpent is looking at me.
Tyr's temple. Built with help from the giants, Great Tyr used it to travel the 9 realms and keep the peace between them.
Doesn't seem very peaceful. Everywhere we go, we're attacked. Especially by dead things.
The risen dead grow ever more numerous.
Bring him on!
Once the roads and trails would have been full of people. Now all have hid or fled, save for the Reavers, savage enough to survive in such a world.
I will do my best.
I can't translate this without the whole cipher.
Suck my dick. That's what it says. I see. Oh, that's a normal burb. Rip. Hey man, it allows me to target them. I am assuming that's something. on your knees, Atreus. Kinky. Kinky. Too bad these aren't Odin, or yeah, too bad these aren't Odin's birds, but I'll take it. Plop. Dinner.
Make a right at the bottom of these stairs.
Where are you going? Think you'll try to platinum this now that you we'll see how the rest of my playthrough goes and see how much more I have to do.
Another one of those light crystals.
Wait there while I reawaken the light.
I definitely want to
Yoda.
platinum this more than the others, but we'll see how the rest of the playthrough goes and see what I have left to do. You really want me to platinum this, don't you? There's a lot of things I want to actually.
What are we doing
100%.
exactly?
Mending the disrepair. Start by lifting that axle.
I want to eventually try to platinum as many of the Dead Rising games. I want to try to platinum the rest of the Souls games. Even if 2 is not a thing. I want to platinum Kingdom Hearts, some of them. I've already done 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, that is. Not 3 Kingdom Hearts games. I want to finish Dead Rising 1. Platinum the rest of the series if I can. 2 and off the record, that is. And 4, I don't know if I will try to platinum that because Zero says that game bugs and fucks up save files for when you try to do DLC or whatever, so I don't know. But there's a lot of games I want to try to platinum as many of them as I can. And if I decide to platinum the rest of the God of War games, then maybe. 3 would be the one I platinum aside from this, but I don't even know. But yeah, if any of the games I want to platinum, it'd be this.
Good. Now push it back into place. Now realign the wheel onto the track. Perfect. Now push the bridge along the track.
What? The whole entire bridge is turning.
You do you.
How was the whole entire
Thought you
bridge
might,
turning?
if you really like.
Boy, you're really strong.
Oh, I am enjoying this.
Just keep pushing until
I just
the
wish there was
bridge
more
reaches its
fights.
first position. tired yet?
No.
Like,
He's always been really strong.
I get that this is not
So
gonna
about
be
the dead.
Souls,
We heard
completely
someone call them
Souls-like,
Hellwalkers. But what are they?
but I do
They
wish
are
there was
poor,
more.
restless souls, denied their judgment
Similar to
and their
how
peace.
Dark Souls is.
By what? Did Vanir magic raise the dead?
It could, once. But this is no spell. This plague of dead is but a symptom of a world out of balance. Something or someone has meddled with powerful forces. That is all I know for sure.
Hey, I am trying to go for as much as I can. If I could find as many
That's
things, if not
perfect.
everything,
Come
outside of
back
using
up.
a
We're
guide,
ready
hell,
now.
that'd be awesome. That's why I'm searching as much as I can. I think it's funny that I can attack birds. I know killing the, what is it, Odin's birds or whatever? I know that's a trophy thing. Yeah, Odin's ravens. It'd be funny if killing normal birds is a trophy. I'm gonna do it now. Whoppa! 2 birds with 1 axe. Damn right. How's that not count as a target? Oh, right to the head. I'm sorry, they let me target them. Can I break that? Yeah, give me that money. Nothing else over here. I mean, I do wish there was a bit more enemy combat. I know it's not going to be like Souls, where there's like a shit ton of enemies and then you got a bonfire to respawn it all. I know there's parries, and the combat is very similar to Souls, minus this game has combos to an extent. It's got skills. While I am not the best at memorizing them all, I mainly play this game like it's Souls, so half the time you're gonna see me spam the same attacks. You know, the typical L1, R1, 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 R2, with an occasional shield in there. I barely fist. How do you like the open world? I thought I didn't. It didn't have the pace of the old game since you were. Yeah, I love it. I love it a lot. I already thought 3 was amazing for how it led in seamlessly to other areas. This is, like, even better. Because it's not solely focused on a, you know, story as much as the others were. And you can kind of just do what you want. And the game also keeps you entertained with chit-chat and chatter. And I love that it goes from different combat, too. It's not straight up combo action like Spider-Man or Batman is. It goes from an action game to an RPG action combat, and I love that. To be honest, I am surprised that this game got as much love. Like, I'd expect, like, usually when they change combat styles for a franchise into something different, or, you know, change up something so entirely different, that it usually gets less love and respect. Or, you know, as a game series progresses, it usually gets, you know, worse and worse as it progresses. This game, I'm surprised, got as much love as it did, and it's definitely by far has been one of the best God of Wars, just by exploring alone. Like, this is the 3rd stream, and then I'm still here at the Lake of Nine. Like, I could have easily have progressed to this point
That was impressive.
the moment I got here.
You didn't hurt your back, did you?
I did not hurt my back.
But I've been exploring the entirety of the Lake of Nine, from what I can do. I've already done one little, like, realm tier fight, and I love that, like, they have, like, a Borderlands thing. If you ever play Borderlands, certain enemies, if they're too strong for you, they'll have, like, a skull icon. Certain enemies here will have, like, that symbol that'll tell you if they're too strong for you. Like, the guys here have, like, a level, or, like, level 6, and I get one-shotted by them. I like that a lot. One thing you won't miss is Resident Evil's tank controls. I mean, I got used to it when I played Resident Evil 1. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really grow up with those games, so I can't really say I'll miss it that much, because I didn't really grow up. I played a bit of Silent Hill as a kid. It scared the shit out of me. I played some Resident Evil when I was younger, but never enough to really be like, hey, I grew up with this game. I grew up watching it. So my first time playing Resident Evil on stream was my first time fully playing Resident Evil 1 to completion. Same with Silent Hill. I mean, I got used to the tank controls, except for when it mattered. When I'm being chased, or in a fight. Go watch my final battle against the fucking final boss of Resident Evil 1 and you'll see what I mean. That and the camera. Like, when you go from one side of the arena to the next, it literally, instead of being a seamless transition, it literally just swaps. And even though you're going from one side to the next, so you go from left and then you come out the right and then you're going to the other side, it transitions in a way to where it fucks me up and I immediately start going the wrong direction. That's when it pissed me off. That and like when you first fight the tyrant in the in the laboratory, you are right in front of him. Then the moment you walk away, there's a scene transition for a camera angle change, and then you got to run around, you know, the test tube or whatever in a circle to hit him so he doesn't hit you. I kept running into the railing because of the stupid transition of the camera. That is when it fucking pisses me off. That or in a very tight space when I'm trying to run from a zombie. Other than that, I got used to the tank controls. But yeah, no, it's definitely not like my favorite thing, but the games are still fun. I enjoyed Resident Evil and Silent Hill. But
Through these doors.
I understand that not everyone's
Wait, so did the
cup of
Giants
tea.
or the Elves build Tyr's temple?
All the races helped with its construction. It was the last great act of cooperation between the realms before peace disappeared for good.
Fuck off. Understandable, like with God of War's combat, Ari's controls were definitely changed for the better. Yes, they were. God of War's combat has evolved so much. Like, the first game was definitely rough. I get that. But by the time you played the third God of War, it was so improved upon and just made so much better. Then this game was changed even more into a combat I prefer. Because God of War was always more of a... Compared to, say, like, Devil May Cry, God of War's combat wasn't always, like, as, like, stylish combo heavy. Like, Devil May Cry was more like, oh, if you need to actually be decent at the combos because they're ranking you. God of War was more like, let's mash the shit out of it. So that was more, like, easier for me. Like, I love action games. They're one of my favorite genres. But it's more or less RPG action, not action straight up. Because I'm not like, as much as I like Spider-Man, and I've played all of Batman Arkham Asylum, those games are great. I'm not great with combos. I'm not great with that. That's, like, why, like, even though I have some of these skills, and I know some of them, and I will use some of them, but there's a lot that I'm just going to ignore. And I'm mainly going for this to get everything. Like, I'm not going to sit there and use shield combat. I don't care for that. I don't really care. I will use the rage mode sometimes if I really need it. But I'm not going to sit there and focus on doing some of the combos. I'm just going to mash the same couple buttons over and over. That's just how I play, and that's my combat style. Granted, some people may not enjoy it for their personal things, but as long as I can beat through the game and have fun with it, I'm fine. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm not good at this game because of that. Granted, I'm not trying to be great or get better. I'm trying to just have fun with it. I don't want people to sit there and not enjoy my streams because they think I'm not trying. Because it's never going to get better for me in that regard. And hey, Quan, how you doing? Because no matter how much I play these games, I'm never going to sit there and memorize these combos. And that's why I can never beat some of these games, like action games, like Devil May Cry or whatnot, on the harder difficulties. Because I can't do the combos a lot of the times. And that's why I'm not good at fighting games either. I have fun. And that's why I usually choose normal mode or easy mode, depending on certain things. Shadows of Mordor, I kept missing buttons. That's also the thing. It's not so much me missing buttons, but if I'm doing if I'm playing a combo action heavy game, I will fuck up and accidentally hit the wrong button because my hands aren't really meant for that kind of thing. I don't really have the dexterity for hitting a lot of buttons in rapid succession, which is why I can't pull off certain moves in an actual fighting game when I'm actually fighting someone. So half the time I'm fucking up by hitting the wrong buttons.
Oh,
Or I will miss, but it's mostly because I suck at just hitting the right buttons at the right timing. So, I just say, fuck it, my playstyle is my playstyle. That's why I prefer action games like Kingdom Hearts, where it's action RPG, but it's more of like a masher kind of game. It's not really a combo-heavy driven game, because Kingdom Hearts is more action RPG. It's more RPG action than it is action. And that's why I love Souls much more, is because Souls doesn't focus on combat moves. It focuses more on its difficulty and exploration rather than seeing how well you can pull together a string of shit. How's it going, Quan? How you doing? It's been a bit. Have you enjoyed Ninja Boy? I never played Shadows of Mordor, though. I played a lot of Two Towers back when it first came out. I really enjoyed the shit out of that game on PS2. Well, I mean, I don't know if we get in. Well, I hit the wrong button. I mean, I never should have completed this. Oh, prompts? Like, are you just talking about buttons for a certain combo, or are you talking about, like, when you have to do button prompt sequences for, like, quick time events? Because I'll miss those buttons a lot. But yeah, no, I don't miss buttons per se. I more or less just hit the wrong button whenever I'm doing a combo or an actual move in a fighting game and I'm trying to pull off someone's signature. Which is why half the time in fighters and I'm trying to do a move, I can barely pull off their fucking attacks. Unless I'm training, but the moment I'm fighting an AI or an actual player, I cannot do jack shit. Because I don't have the dexterity and speed.
your bowstring stopped glowing.
Granted, I don't practice,
Its power
but
is now depleted.
no amount of practice
Only
is
a
going to
few
make me
knocks
good.
of magic remained in the bowstring, and we used them.
It's just not who I am.
Your bow, please.
Wait, are you giving Atreus the ability to do this? Because, yes.
Once you claim the Light of Alfheim, infuse the bowstring with its power. Don't forget.
The button prop on screen to counter an enemy attack and regular attack button dodge.
You talk like you're not coming with us.
I'll try, but measures were taken to keep me trapped in Midgard.
Why?
The gods don't care for me much.
Yeah, there was a few times in God of War 1, 2, and 3 where you're doing, like, quick time sequences to finish off an enemy, and sometimes I'll miss it entirely. God of War 3 was the more annoying one because the buttons would appear on the separate corners of the screen to symbolize which buttons you were hitting. And half the time I'm not looking at the corners of the screen, and I'll fuck up. That really annoyed me. They really shouldn't have done that. Okay, so we can't warp from this spot to that spot. It's so dumb to me. Yet. Sorry, I know I've been chatty.
Yeah, it's so dark.
This temple has been asleep, underwater for almost 150 winters.
Jesus!
It needs only the light of the Bifrost to reawaken.
Ah, the Bifrost. Realm Travel Room. Quite dark in here. I see a red thingy.
Those roots don't look like your magic.
They aren't. These roots are part of the Great World Tree and make travel between the realms possible.
Oh yeah? Will I die if I jump off on the wrong end again?
Approach the table.
How does it work?
You will need this, a Bifrost, to create travel between realms.
Frost swings both ways.
It can
Nothing wrong with
capture,
that, so do
hold,
I.
and transfer the light of Alfheim. Place the Bifrost there.
What now?
Give it a moment. The temple needs time to wake up from its long slumber. It is from this room, and this room alone, that you will be able to cross between realms. What you see before you represents the temple in which we stand, as well as the realm towers that encircle the Lake of Nine outside. All the realms exist in the same physical space, reflections of each other. These doors, the towers outside, and the 9 realms are all intertwined and coexisting on the branches of the World Tree, separated only by the Bifrost light of Alfheim. This place can focus and control that light.
And is this the World Tree?
Only an artistic representation of it. No, the Yggdrasil is much, much more than this. The Tree of Life is bound to the fate of the world, just as we are bound to it. The tree nourishes our soils. The dew from its leaves feeds our valleys and rivers. The tree's very existence supports all of creation along its boughs. Its life energy interwoven into the tapestry of life. Birth, growth, death, and rebirth. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree. So, that's how it works. But I'm guessing you were looking for a more practical answer.
Yes.
Very well. The bridge you pushed outside is currently positioned to lead to the realm of Vanaheim. Instead, turn the wheel to our actual destination, Alfheim.
What about Valheim?
You must select the...
Wait, is this moving the big bridge outside?
Yes. The wheel turns the bridge, and the bridge aligns to the different realm towers on the lake outside.
Wait, there's no tower on this one.
And that's why realm travel to Jotunheim is impossible. Without a tower for the bridge to lock into, the sequence can't begin.
Damn.
Every realm has a travel rune that unlocks the bridge to that realm. I'm giving you the one for Alfheim. Now you can lock in your destination.
Yes, sir.
We're ready. Remember to take the Bifrost. You don't want to lose that. Now the realm travel bridge will align, and the realm between realms will open. See that giant crystal? Each realm has a corresponding one that focuses and amplifies the power of the Bifrost, opening the bridge to that realm. That's why realm travel is only possible from this room.
What about that one realm tower missing from the lake?
The Jotunheim Tower disappeared from all realms over 100 winters ago, when the giants vanished from Midgard. Where the tower went and how they moved it remain a mystery.
Jesus! A lot of information.
It didn't work. We're still here.
I wish I knew more
Follow
about
me.
Norse mythology
Bifrost
as
is
well as
dark.
Greek mythology.
This trip was its
because
last
I feel
use.
like I...
There's no going back until it's replenished with the light of Alfheim.
So we are trapped.
Someone of your ability should have little trouble getting back to Midgard.
And we'll be able to make that black breath go away?
With the captured light
You
of
take
Alfheim,
my breath
yes.
away. Sorry. No, No Kelly Clarkson. Sorry. Fiery. Okay, so these correspond to the different thingies on. Let's see. Just see if there's anything. Doesn't look like there's anything. It's a neat looking room. I like it. It's cute. It's beautiful. Damn, they really outdone themselves with this game. Alright, I'm in Alpha. What? Oh, that's because this is the same. That's right, it's the bridge that's connecting it now. There we go. It's like, it's the same room. Not anymore. Now I'm in a forest?
Welcome to Alfheim, gentlemen. Think you can spot
What?
the light? I can barely see it. Something's wrong. See that column of light on the horizon? It's housed in the heart of a ring temple. We'll find what we need there. No. No. Damn it, not yet.
What's happening?
Disintegrating?
To restore the Bifrost magic, you must step into the light.
Oh.
But be very careful not to get
No!
Her realm was calling her
She's
back.
not dead. Is she?
Not likely. Come.
Okay. Yeah, I realize I'm not muting myself or bringing myself down.
Look at this place.
Kind of a pain.
Stay by me. Touch nothing.
It's kind of a pain sometimes. I have also just forgot. Well, alright then.
Okay. What is that?
Indeed, what is that? I sound good?
I
Oh,
think
thank
you
you.
killed it. Look up there.
I'm glad I said
Whoa, what's that about?
Not our concern, boy. Focus.
What? Where'd it go?
Here. Boy,
Ah, shit, there goes Kratos'
what does it
courtesy.
say?
Something about an eternal
Reach
war for the
around.
light. I don't get it. If both sides need it, why not just share it?
Greed. You will find it a common cause for war.
Hey, Grizz, how you doing? There goes Kratos' courtesy reach around. Damn right. Kratos is all about that.
They
Oh.
keep murdering the lighthouse.
It is war. The end of one. The robed one's lost.
That a dark elf?
Gotta go!
Okay. I'm trying to focus on one in front of me, but they're being a pain! Atreus? Yeah, he can be badass when he wants to be. Nope. Sword. Spear. Yeah, he can be pretty badass.
What are they attacking us for? We didn't do anything.
We're here, boy. That's why.
More will come.
Ugh. Where's this stuff even come from?
Unlike light elves of Alfheim, the dark elves prefer dark places. Maybe that's why they want to cover up the light. They can fly and seem pretty smart and well coordinated. More so than most of the enemies we fought. Their weapons are useful, effective up close at a distance, kind of like Father's axe. Interesting.
Yeah!
Nothing around.
Did you say something?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, I like the mindless chatter they have sometimes. Like Kratos' boat stories.
At least we're getting closer to the light.
What is this, Kingdom Hearts now? What do we get? Symbol of Perseverance. Just ups my defense, eh? Not that I need that. Oh wait, did you join the raid Discord group thing, Clint? Some beach time, a little tanning. I don't think tanning would work, considering his body is actually white with the ashes of his dead family. So am I, though.
Wait, is that Sindri?
It's accurate. I've never once seen him chat once in my Discord, but that's alright. At least he's here in my chat. That's more important. But I didn't know you were part of the group. That's cool.
Look, there's a boat tangled up over there.
Free the boat. I see.
Boat's free!
I never know what to say. I'm bored. Ah, you're fine. You don't need to chat if you're not into really using Discord. I just wanted you to be part of my Discord so that way we can get to know each other more if you ever feel like it. Or if when we co-op games, it's easier to use than a PS4 chat or console chat. Ashes. Yeah. With what? White with the ashes of the... Yeah, that is actually the lore on why Kratos is literally ash white is through all of his bad deeds and actions, the gods cursed him, and now he is forever haunted. Not only was he forever haunted by the curse of his misdeeds and murdering rages, he was given reprieve from those dreams if he did the actions of what the gods wanted him to do. He eventually fought He eventually fought the original God of War, the one who, you know, because at the beginning of the first game, he was about to be killed by a dude who was fighting his army. He called for Ares. Ares trained him, turned him into the murderous warrior that he is now. He killed his family, wife and daughter, because Ares set him up. Then his whole goal of the first game was to kill Ares. He became the God of War, and, you know, his... But because of all of his actions, they made his... In order for him to, you know, repent and all that, they covered his body with the ashes and blood of his dead family. Something like that. Now, I have yet to play... I have not played the other games, because there's handheld versions of some of the God of War games. There's PSP versions or whatever. I was mainly playing only the numbered titles and the main titles, not the handheld ones. If people want to see those, I can play those later. You got some feedback from that smoke. Damn right I did.
Oh.
Just shat in my mouth. Luckily, it was just a bit of tobacco and not the actual resin. You know, it would be nice to have some weed, but I don't
How
feel like
are you
spending money
here
on it.
before us, dwarf? We were told our path was the only one between realms.
Well, it may be the
How you
only
doing,
way
Cash?
for you to travel, but we dwarves are full of surprises.
That is not an answer.
Hang on to that sense of wonder. There's so little mystery once you've amassed the wealth of arcane knowledge that I
I appreciate the joining, guys.
Where
Thank
to
you.
comb the realms for exotic resources, how to craft them into creations that defy imagination. To the novice, I'm sure it all seems like magic.
It's tobacco.
but-
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's just tobacco.
Oh, all right. It's magic. Are you happy now?
Oops. Sadly, yeah. And yes, for anyone who's wondering, I buy actual cigarettes and dump it into a pipe. Because for many years, I used to roll cigarettes. And I started to, over time, I started to actually hate the taste of roll tobacco. Pipe tobacco, loose tobacco, whatever. I actively like it better than smoking an actual cigarette. I've been smoking cigarettes for many years, since I was like a teenager. And over time, it just got gross. I appreciate it, Grizz, thank you. And it just got gross. So like, instead of just stinking up my car or wherever, and sitting outside on, you know, in front of work, I just chill in my car and just puff on tobacco out of a pipe. But I got tired of rolling cigarettes. I got tired of just smoke in my face constantly, and I got tired of the taste of rolling tobacco or pipe tobacco. And plus, I like cigarette tobacco because it's a bit more packed from being compressed into a cigarette. It's versus like the loose tobacco that you would buy in a bag or whatever that comes in. And the taste of it is kind of bleh. And yes, I'm smoking less too on top of that. So the taste is a lot better. It's fresher, even though it's still like harming me. It's just like I prefer it that way. But like the looser tobacco doesn't hit as well on top of that. Versus like the compressed tobacco. Plus, back when I did smoke weed, I'd mix the two, weed and tobacco, and it fucks me up. But I loved because not only did it savor my weed, instead of me smoking a, because if I were to pack this little bowl full, it would take quite a bit of weed, and I'm a lightweight. Like one good hit and I'm feeling something. Like I'm just very lightweight and I have very low tolerance, despite having smoking weed for very many years. But also I grew up in Illinois, where the weed out there is not the best.
Oh.
But despite that, like I can literally smoke the shittiest weed and still get something off of it. Yes. So I'm glad I'm not alone. And this is a smaller pipe. I actually have a glass bowl it's a bigger bowl. So like it would take a lot. So like that's why I also hate smoking blunts. And like joints are fine, but like blunts always make me sick. Just because the flavors and the smell of it just make me Plus I don't like wasting all of it right then and there. I know you can dye it out and save it. But when I smoke out of this, I take like 2 or 3 puffs and it gets me fucked. And I'm usually good for a little while.
Sindri, have you always been so...
Clean? Huh.
But
Don't I wish.
actively
No,
don't smoke
I was
all
just
that
as
much because
unsanitary as the next
I just
dwarf
want to
until the
focus
day
on
of
making
Vanir
money and
Witch set them
saving and
straight. She discovered with her
not really
magic
wasting
there
too
are
much money on
hundreds
it
of
because
thousands of tiny
I was spending a lot of
beasties
money
on
on it.
everything around us. Ugh, so small you can't even see them.
No.
It's true. And if they get inside you, they make you sick.
Besides, I'd buy
But
like a
the
bag,
witch told
and then
me
my
there's one wood
my guy
with
would be
oak
like,
that's a natural
"Oh,
deterrent.
I know
Stops the
I know it's
beasties
only
from
been like
spreading.
3
So
days,
now
but here's another
I
bag.
make
Pay
all
me
my
again,
handles from oak.
motherfucker."
See? I think
It's
of
gonna
these
take me like a
things.
couple weeks to go through that bag,
Back to work.
and I'd only be buying like 120's worth or a little more than that. I'm not very good with like sizes, never have been. Like pounds, ounces, the kind of thing. Never been good with that. So like he would throw me 120's worth, and he'd be like, "Here's another 120's worth," and I'm like, "Dude, this is gonna last me like at least 2 weeks. Stop." Mix them too, but nicotine gave me night sweats, so I had to wake up sweaty mostly. Oh, that sucks. I can't. I hate blunts. I can't tell you how many times I've left the ashtray and just smokes itself. Yeah, I feel ya. I don't like the flavor of blunts. I just don't like the taste of it or the flavoring. Especially when it's like blueberry or chocolate or whatever the flavors are. Ugh. And just the paper. He was trying to get you hooked. I mean, I never really felt hooked on it as, say, tobacco. But, like, yeah, I don't know. The guy was kind of annoying. Like, I finally stood my ground and said, "No, dude, I'm spending a lot of money on this." And he's like, "Okay, fine." He told me literally straight up that you actually put your foot down, so I'm not going to be worrying about selling to you like that anymore. I'm like, I've been trying to. He just would kind of ignore me. And that's why I always say, like, everyone around me ignores me. Because a lot of times I'll say things and people will just be like, "Oh, I heard you," and never say a thing. And half the time I'll be like, "No, I don't want this. I still have some. Stop." And he would just not listen.
So how come Brock's blue and you're not?
Why?
Oh, it's fine. Very good question, actually. You see, my brother's not as careful as I am. In fact, he prefers to work with metals using his own bare hands. Ugh. No gloves. Says it's the only way he can hear what it wants to be. Touch enough raw silver and it changes your skin irreparably. That means forever. I wouldn't bring it up to him, though. You know how sensitive he can be.
I guess that makes sense.
Maybe he's blue. Double D, double day. But yeah, I have another person I can easily buy off of, but it would be the, like, it would be like the e-weed, like the equivalent of e-cigarettes, because he smokes, a guy at work smokes vape pens or whatever. Or, you know, he has, like, the CBD gummies or whatever. I mean, I was curious about getting some of those, but the ones I found online are expensive as fuck. But if I buy off of him, I could definitely get some for several hundred times cheaper. But, like, I don't know. Just, I prefer, honestly, the real thing. But money, I don't have to be buying it like I was. And I really don't want to be smoking in my parents' house like that anyway. My dad already doesn't like me for the fact that I do this in the house. But it's only because I smoke out of a pipe. Going downstairs to go smoke a bowl outside every 2 seconds when I take like one hit every now and then is kind of dumb. Mess you up, you gotta be careful with them. Yeah, that's why I'm not risking it with any of that. I prefer the real thing, even though like people can cut it because I've had laced weed before. Not like not me out of buying it and then someone laced it and me finding out. I was told straight up by someone I smoked with that they laced it with coke. Primo.
Atreus, to me.
But like, I'm not gonna sit there and go out of my way to buy off someone I never have before. Even though I trust the guy and he buys off a good person, it's just like, I don't know, I really don't want to just be buying it anymore right now. I want to be able to focus on myself. If I can move out, maybe then in the future I will. It's also not legal here. So. But I used to smoke on camera all the time. Alright, I guess we can... Let's see what else you gotta say.
Sindri, why don't you just make up with your brother already?
Me? Make up with him? Because he's an obstinate pighead incapable of change. Because he says the most terrible things about me just because he's insecure about his own work, which, let me tell you, is subpar. Because he blames me for the things that aren't my fault.
Huh? Like what?
Would you pardon me, please? I need to collect myself.
It's alright. I've done my fair share of many drugs. I like the feeling of being wired, but it was never like a thing that I wanted to do a lot. You gotta be careful with that though. Compared to weed, coke is vastly addicting. I enjoyed. That's why I'm also drinking a lot of these. That's caffeine for you. But I enjoyed the feeling of being wired. It was fun. But the one thing that got me to stop, even though I long quit after that point, the one thing that was like, okay, no more, is I saw a dude stick a hanger through his nose.
Oh.
And I mean in one nostril, out the other.
What speaks to you?
Yeah, that's disgusting, isn't it? I also knew another guy who was, like, very thin. Like, Snoop Dogg thin because of coke. It eroded his body weight. Like, fucking mad. But, yeah, the hanger through the nose was like, okay, I've already stopped, but this is like, no. No more. And I did not do it no more. Yeah, a coat hanger, yeah. Hanger for your hoodies, jackets, coats, whatever. And one of those wire ones. Not like these, like, thicker plastic ones, like a wire one. I think Snoop Dogg did get thin because of cocaine, I thought. Maybe that, or he's just naturally thin. Like, I'm naturally thin, but I always thought he was thinner because of that. But I knew a guy who actually was very thin when I went to school with him in high school, and then I like re-met up with him in college later on and was buying shit off him, and he actually looked healthy, like he gained a lot of weight. But yeah, I think. Okay, Atreus armor.
Yes, my young man? Oh, what more do you need?
Everything. Well, that brings down all of my stats. Yes. Upgrade my axe.
Let my brother lay hands on it again, but if he does,
Yeah,
tell him
Snoop
the
Dogg has
Templars
always been
steal
thin,
longer.
but I thought he
He's
also did a
warping the
lot of
bit
coke,
work.
besides weed. But I could be wrong.
Who knew?
guess we'll just go craft things.
I think that's a keeper. Fine piece of work. If I say so myself.
I mean, I've always been taller than Linky. I'm 5'7", and I weigh about, like, what? Last time I weighed myself, that was about 120, maybe less than that. I've always had a fast metabolism, and I've always been thin. But so have so was my dad, until he started drinking beer and got older.
You don't
and
have to
then,
run
like,
off
if
on
you
my
look at
account.
my two older brothers, one maybe shorter than me, but he's also thin still, and then my taller brother is like 6 foot, but he's thin as well. Do I have a favorite ending in Sekiro? Have you beaten Sekiro at least? Do you want to know any specifics on which of the endings? Like, I can tell you what somewhat happens in order to describe, but I'm just gonna say if no, my favorite ending is my quote-unquote best ending. If you haven't at least seen these endings, aside from I don't know, did you see the ending I got during my last playthrough?
Oh,
Not yet. Yeah, because I don't want to sit there and outright tell you exactly what happens. Basically, my favorite ending is the one that you get all the necessary, like, requirements of everything for. The longest ending, essentially. I know I have to get items. Yeah, there's some that you need these items for. The chick from Senpo Temple, after you beat the monkeys or whatever, the chick who gives you the Mortal Blade, she essentially is also required. But basically you need a bunch of items, which has it's the ending that has, like, the most requirements. Kind of like how Dark Souls 3, to get, like, the quote-unquote Dark Lord ending, you need to do a bunch of bullshit. It's kind of like that, where you need, like, the most requirements for. The Dragon Tears. Yeah, the Dragon Tears is one of them. Like, the ending I got, I forgot which procced it. I forgot which proc it was. But mine literally had, like, the least requirements for, besides, like, fighting the final boss and fighting the dragon. Because I didn't do any of the quest line for the girl at Senpo Temple. I did not get all of the items required that I needed. But if you go to the wiki page, it'll be like, get this item, talk to this girl, do this quest line, whatever. It's going to be the one that has the most requirements, is my favorite ending. Because to me, it's the quote-unquote best ending. Yeah, I didn't want to outright spoil any of that. Because it's actually an awesome ending. I really like it. I like all the endings, but that's my favorite. Like, Sekiro has a different, like, mood compared to Dark Souls endings, where it's like, oh, you lit the flame. Oh, you walked away. Or whatever, you know. Or you're the Dark Lord now of the Ring City. Like, it just has a different mood because it's not as vague as Dark Souls. Some of them can be, but they at least have closure. Let's just say that. Sekiro, to me, has closure, and it definitely could lead into a sequel in that regard. Be Owl Father for the one ending. Yeah, you do have to beat Owl Father for one of the endings. I ended up fighting him all 3 times for all the other endings just because I love that fight so much. But he is literally required, that optional owl fight. Fun fact, though, I find Owl Father easier than the actual first fight owl. He's a pain in the ass. You're not doing that again? Wait, the second owl fight, you mean? To be honest, though, I find him easier. I'm not going to say he's not going to be easier for anyone else because that's just me. Not everyone's going to be the same in that respect. But I found second fight owl, which is titled Owl Father, to be the easiest one out of the two. That's me, though. Hey, wait, you beat it? You beat the second fight with Owl? GG, though. Yeah, the wolf bro when you get transported to Herod again. Oh, God, the... Yeah. Well, GG, I'm beating Owl's second fight, though. Holy shit. He is a pain. I give you that. Like, Owl in general can be a pain, but I really enjoyed his fight. I just think it's more fun. Like, his second phase is so much easier, though. Oh, you didn't beat him yet. He's...
What'd you say?
I said nothing.
Really? Okay.
Well, okay, so how... So, you're... How did you enjoy Owl's fight in general, though? The other one? The first one is a
Your
pain.
mother's
I found him
this
to be a
rattle.
pain at first, but he's still
Not
one of my
much.
favorite fights to begin with.
Just that since the elves are always fighting.
Him and
over
the
water,
final boss are like the
kept
top
them
best
isolated.
bosses for me. Like, once you really start getting good at these fights, you start to really pulverize them. Like, I thought I'd have trouble with Owl's, like, refight when they added the option to rebattle fights. I thought I would have trouble with them. Because you know how my freaking stream kept fucking up? I actually was surprised on how quickly I managed to beat the Owl's refight. I don't want to do it again once I kill him, so I'll use that safe out and get the Immortal Servant ending and then continue and do Game Plus. Hey, there you go. You do you, my friend. Yeah, he's a... I can understand that. World Tree brings lasting benefits. Cooldown permanently increased by 2. Holy shit. Awesome. I can definitely understand that. Sekiro is a very easy platinum, though. I mean, if aside from some fights
I
that you
said
may have
nothing.
trouble with.
Wait,
It's
Chris,
you don't
when
gotta
you
go
said
out of
so-
your way to for a bunch of dumb bullshit,
What
like
is it,
with
boy?
Dark Souls 2. There's none of that
Voices.
nonsense.
You don't hear that?
I hear nothing.
It's going away now. It was screaming. Lots of voices. Angry. You really didn't hear that?
No.
It felt evil.
Yeah, I hate that move. He's getting easier, that's good. Yeah, you gotta be able to anticipate when that's gonna happen. And even I get fucked by it a lot. Well, I'm glad you progressed far enough into the game. I didn't know how far you got or if you stopped playing, because I know you were doing Red Dead and stuff. I know you're playing also on your own time, but I'm glad that you've gotten further. I figured out the upgrade Lotus Umbrella blocks it, though, so if I can sheath that move, I'm gonna... Hey, that's okay. You remember that sword dude that sheaths the sword that was fucking me? My last full stream, my 4th playthrough before I platinumed it, I cheesed him, if you want to count that as a cheese, by using the Umbrella. Because the Umbrella is parry mode, easy mode. Parry mode for babies. You can also use that. If you manage to get the Umbrella, I think you can also get the Umbrella to the purple phase. I'm not sure if you need it, but you can also use it for the headless. But I'm not sure if you need like the purple form of it, the upgrade, the one that has the fear or whatever it's called. Not fear, but the stupid equivalent to Dark Souls 1's petrification. Rather Dark Souls 1 curse, but same thing. I see. We're heading here. I think I'm just heading in circles, though. If I could parry the firecrackers, I try, but when I dodge, it feels like a hit or miss. Miss so much. Or miss so no, whatever works for you. The umbrella's in the game, so I never feel like it's cheese. Like, yeah, there's ways of cheesing, say, like, if you go and fight, the... What's-her-face? The monk. The corrupted monk. You can use the firecrackers and the ash
Look, should we try talking
to stun
them?
her,
No.
But maybe they need help.
and then hit her a
They
couple
do
of
not
times and
stop us,
repeat, and
but
she'll
they do
literally
not
be
concern
stun locked
us.
if you do the timing
They
right.
do
Maybe.
not concern
But
us.
I don't even consider that to be cheese because one, it's an item you can use. It's the game's developer's fault for making it so she's easily stunned. Repeatably. Instead of like, oh, after a certain point she becomes immune. No. I don't even consider that cheese. It's just strat, in my opinion. Cheesing, in my opinion, is where you're making a fight easier by taking away out of it, by making it so the fight is trivialized. Yeah, it's trivializing it, but you're still
must be the
putting in the
Nintendo.
effort of learning a certain thing. It's not like if you go and play Demon Souls, you can literally cheese the man-eaters by shooting at one of them outside of their boss fog wall. That is cheese for the sake of the fact that you're literally not even fighting the thing. You're learning the time, you're taking the time to learn a boss to be able to stun lock them in some regard. Like when I do the cheese, if you want to count it cheese, on the Shadows of Yharnam, when you face the Shadows of Yharnam in their boss fight, if you actually hit them once, they go in a circle, so they'll dash. If you hit them once, ring to their left or right, and then repeat. So it's hit, spin, and it literally is you guys going in a circle. Like, yeah, that's trivializing the fight, but it's
It's
just
sad the elves
memorizing a
can't work
boss's
things out.
pattern.
Alfheim's such a beautiful
So I don't
place,
consider
but
that
war
cheesy,
makes it ugly.
just for that reason.
You see with the eyes of a child. In war, a soldier sees beauty only in the blood of his enemy.
But I love
The
Owl's
rest of
one
him is
move with his
lost.
pet owl, the fire thing I
Sometimes
could jump
never to
over and then the
return.
carry counter thrust.
You
Yeah!
know about war.
Where he does the
Don't
nightjar
you?
slash,
Wars are fought for
where he
two
dashes
things,
at you.
survival or
Such a
advantage.
good, such awesome,
Battles may be
it's an
won
awesome
by the
fight.
soldier. Wars are won by those who are willing to sacrifice everything to ensure victory.
Like, I really need to learn, like, I got the idea of where he pops in when he teleports with the owl. Like, I got the idea of where he comes out of. I'm just so deathly afraid that I'm going to get fucked by him, so I usually just avoid it. Because I know I can hit him, or whatever, afterward. I just don't chance it. I'm gonna turn around, but directions. There we go. Light Elf Shore. Where the hell was my axe that whole time?
I bet there's more where those came from.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the river. I know it's stream, but I just said river. Give it. Where? Whatever that did for me, I'll be back for it. Hi.
Be ready!
Motherfucker. Okay, where are we? Pansies! What do we got? Gloom Nightmare. But when I thought nightmares couldn't get any worse. They're not real nightmares. You're like, I don't know what that was, but it's mine. Yeah, exactly. I'll be getting that. Whatever dropped. I just want to scour. Oh, I hate these things. Get behind me.
Tell me when. All set.
Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, man. That's harder than I thought. Damn it. There we go.
Nice job.
Yay! Thank you for all the GGs. The weird, awesome GG Piccolo. I need me a GG emote and a raid emote. Damn it. I didn't think about that when I got my emotes commissioned. The closest thing to my GGs or my, you know, whatever raid, I guess, would be my yay emotes. Like, even though they're all, like, the same, my logo emote, my scope emote, and the emotes of me, they're basically all the same poses. But, like, I love them all. The sad, happy, yay, tired, whatever. They're all the same, like, type, and, like, you know, whatever. I like them all. I love every emote. But, yeah, that's, like, the closest I'm gonna get until I actually get actual, like, raid or GG emote. But everyone has that, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. Been making an emote the past couple of days? You have? Nice. I didn't know you knew how to make emotes. Or is it just like using Photoshop with an image of yourself? Or do you actually, like, are you actually like an artist of some kind? Because that's awesome. I'm in no way of a graphic designer or any artist or any of that kind of thing, so I can't do any of my own emotes. My best friend does draw, so he probably could do emotes for me. But, like, I don't want to put more work on his plate. He already has his own thing. Because then that, like, I don't know, that's just a lot of work. He draws, but he doesn't, like, I I don't know if he does it digitally or if he does both, because I know he's always used to drawing in like a notebook, so I don't know if he digitally draws as well. Which I know he could just scan, but still, like, I don't want to ask too much of him. And plus, I don't mind supporting artists coming from a guy who loves doing art myself, streaming, really, because I've realized that I'm not the greatest of drawer, so as an artist myself, I like to support fellow artists. I got a digital tablet with my laptop and using a free software to draw a spilled ice cream cone. I was going to turn into a rip emote. Ah, that's cute. It'd be mint chocolate chips and... Ah, that's also cute. That's clever. Very clever. Is that going to be like your stream thing? Or do you not have like a gimmick yet for your channel? And don't feel bad if you don't. It's always best to figure that out on your own time. An identity, if you will. And if your identity and stream channel's gimmick is going to be like ice cream because of your name, that's awesome. Now we just need ice cream video games. The fuck am I even saying? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe call my community the kitchen and have some food emotes. Not sure. Hey, what the hell? That works. Are you into cooking? Are you a chef of some kind? Is that like a passion of yours? Like cooking food? Or do you just do that because you have like a food, like
This is
a sweet
good.
thing-based name? Because that's cool. You don't cook on stream, so that doesn't make sense. But you actively do cook. That's cool. You don't need to cook on stream. You could still have a food-based like channel name, or you know, food-based emotes, and stream video games. And besides, cooking on stream or baking on stream, I don't even know how some people even really do that consistently. Because like, I guess you're going to be streaming for a few hours while food is being prepared, and then you literally sit there and chat until it's done. I feel like that would just be unnecessary, and that's my opinion. Like, not that I'm diss-talking anyone who does do that, because that's awesome. Like, real-life IRL streams like that it's just a lot of prep time, and food. Some, like, big meals take a while. Don't get me wrong. I've watched one of the main guys behind TFS, the guy who does Vegeta and Piccolo in Team 4-Star and the Dragon Ball Abridged. They did an entire Thanksgiving stream. But like, that's a lot of preparation, though. Like, seriously, though, ugh. And channel points would be called morsels instead of chalk chips. I don't know how to represent that as a drawing. I don't know, bits of food, maybe? Like, I don't know if you can see it very well, but my icon is basically the money of Phantasy Star. And I need to get an actual, like, I need to have somebody actually come up with one for me. Like, you know, as a emote or, you know, whatever, as a picture I can use. Because I just found one online and photoshopped it. And it doesn't look very good when you look at the chat box below where you redeem for, like, Hydrate or whatever. It doesn't look very good, but that's what that icon is. It's PSO's currency. That's what Masetta is, because my channel is all Phantasy Star based and Dragon Ball based. But, like, I need to have an actual icon instead of using something I found online. But... you know, it is simple, and I like it. Oh, okay. And again, sorry, I know I'm getting sidetracked. I do like chatting, but unfortunately, I'm not good at doing multiple things. Okay, so that just leads to that dead end. So that's all that is here. Alright, that's fine. Let me scour this area one last time, then, before we progress any further. guess that's all that's here. Let's see, is there any indication of things? So we're in a new land, though, entirely, which is neat.
There's someone down there.
Yeah, no shit, I dropped the thing earlier. Loot it, boy! Oh, thank you. It's nice. Alright, where are we going? Okay, so there's not gonna be any, like, little flag landing spots. Huh. Not like in here, because that would have been very helpful.
Sindri said Mother was a warrior. Was she in a war too?
Of a sort. Her family was decimated by hostile rivals, and she alone survived. She walked the warrior's path, but her war was to live on, to brave an unforgiving world alone.
And that's why she asked Sindri and Brock to make her the axe?
She had the strength to wield such a weapon, and the wisdom to use it for good. She found purpose in protecting the weak.
So, she'd help out the elves?
No.
Kratos, you're a dick! You haven't changed! Except you grew some heavy character arc. You had your own character arc, and I love it. She must have had a powerful wound. I mean, you're not wrong. It definitely took Kratos' D. Had to have something in order to handle a god of sex. I'm gonna stop now. I mean, for anyone who was there for when I fucked Aphrodite, she obviously had a powerful woman herself. Okay, so that's where I just was, so... yeah. And then I failed a couple of times. And God of War is allowed on Twitch. I don't understand how some other games, like, I get it, Honey Papa shows a bit more, but it's not like you're actively seeing
Look,
the action.
there's sandals in Alfheim too.
But God of War's sex scenes and God of War's allowed,
Should I read
and
it?
they show boobs. It's not like Honey Pop shows any less. So I never understood that.
What does it ask?
Without me or within me, death is sure. Yet within you, I am life most pure.
I mean, that game is all about
But
that, though,
I
unlike
don't
God
see
of
any
War.
runes around here.
We must find it. Back to the boat.
But still. I also never understood why the original God of War is not on Twitch. Maybe that's what they get for naming the damn game God of War and this God of War! Honey Pop. Oh, you've never played Honey Pop, have you? It's a match 3 get laid type of game. Your main character's goal is to get laid by as many girls as possible.
Father,
And then there's like
Never
this
know anyone
fairy
else's
that's
favorite voices?
helping you trying to
Find
get
desperate
laid.
men at sea.
And you basically
When our
talk to a
supplies
bunch
ran
of
dry,
schoolgirls,
would
and
quench
you
their
try to
thirst
get to
by
know
drinking
them
seawater.
by,
They
you know,
swore to silence.
taking them to their favorite
Evil creatures singing
spots
to them from
and
nearby
giving them
islands,
gifts until
worrying
they have
fat
enough
their
love
wives
for you, and then you
daughters
fuck the
calling
shit out of
from
them.
home. They endangered the crew, steering us toward the reefs.
Never played that game.
how did you fix them?
We threw them overboard.
And then the sex act is literally just matching
Well,
a
okay,
match
I
3
didn't drink
game
any seawater.
where you got to match up symbols, and
is.
you know it's like one of those puzzle games. And then the better you do, the louder they moan. And then after you complete it, the characters orgasm, and then you get like a sexy picture. Of the girl.
On your right, incoming fire!
The last spot I did, I almost beat the game. The literal last girl you fuck is the fairy. That I know of. I know there's like hidden optional characters. I've seen people online fuck like a cat girl. or whatever, but the last person I got to was the fairy girl. I didn't... And it actually progresses with some difficulty, so it's not exactly as simple as, oh, fuck this girl. There is some minor difficulties to some of the puzzles, and I remember the fairy girl being a lot harder than the others, and I just stopped. I watched the Game Grumps play House Party. That's awesome. And it's not like that. It's got some story to it as well, but it's not solely heavy on like text. It's more or less memorizing a girl's interests and dislikes and giving them stuff based on that. So your character's basically stalking them somehow, because the fairy's basically stalking these girls, and she knows all about what they like and dislike, and you basically rank up in that by giving them what they like and whatnot. Catherine's probably the only perverted game I've played. I remember titles like Leisure Suit Larry and stuff. They just seemed weird. I've watched Game Grumps play Leisure Suit Larry, actually. And I've watched PewDiePie, I think, play Catherine. And I've seen all the endings. And that game has got some perverted shit. But I don't know. It just never interested me. Even when I saw it at GameStop, I'm like, what the hell? It's a hot girl, but why? Yeah, I mean, if people are open for me playing it, there's always suggestions. Huh. There's like a... Well, there's a break in the fence. Gate. For a reason. Perfect to get a gold rating on levels. Good luck if you ever attempt that. On Catherine? I probably won't be... If I ever play it, I probably will not be going for any crazy shit like that. I mean, that sounds like something I do, because Kingdom Hearts has that kind of thing with the gummy ship routes, if you've ever played Kingdom Hearts. If not, there's like the... It's like a space... It's not like Space Invaders, but it's like you're in like a separate like time space in a ship, and you have to fight a bunch of heartless ships to get through to each of the Kingdom Hearts Disney worlds. And the mini games that you have to platinum the game, you have to get certain scores on some of those. And Kingdom Hearts 2 implemented this even more with bonuses that you get for getting good enough scores and obtaining a certain number of ranks without taking too much damage or whatever. And some of them ask you to do some dumb things. To the point where it murders my fucking goddamn hand. And if you're not like a god at making your own gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts, you aren't gonna be going too far. Kingdom Hearts 3 was the easiest one out of them to platinum for me. I should play Kingdom Hearts. I don't have enough lighthearted titles. Kingdom Hearts is a very good franchise, but unless you care about the entirety of the game's lore, you have to play every game in the franchise minus the phone game, because no one gives a fuck about the phone game. I do recommend at least the first 3, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. If you don't care about playing all of the other ones, Chain of Memories, Recoded, Birth by Sleep, all those. But if you're looking for at least the main numbers, 1, 2, and 3 will suffice. You might be a bit confused if you care about story, but they're good games. If you care to play Chain of Memories, Recoded, and all of those, they are on all 1, 2, 3 Chain of Memories, Recoded, cutscenes rather. Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, all of those are on PS4. If you want to play the actual games of 358 and Recoded, you're going to need a DS. Because on the PS4, the console versions for 358 Recoded, they're just cutscenes. Because they couldn't find a way to implement the DS features that some of the games had. So unless you have a DS of your own, you're not going to be playing some of those actively. But, you know, you can at least play the best ones. Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, Birth by Sleep, and Dream Drop Distance, in my opinion, are the best ones. Chain of Memories is fun. You can easily emulate the Game Boy Advance version. Because Chain of Memories is basically a Kingdom Hearts action game with a card system. It's not like a card game entirely. It's still an action game, but with like using cards instead of being a pure open action game. So you're basically building a minor attack deck. And then depending on how high the number of your card is will determine whether or not your attack goes through or not. And you can like combine cards for a sleight, like sleight of hand. And you'll do certain Sora's actions. It's cool. I liked Chain of Memories, but it's better in the original. If you can play your computer, I recommend checking out the original Chain of Memories versus the Rechain. Rechain of Memories is basically a remake, putting the original, because the GBA version is a side scroller, versus the Rechain, which is putting that card-based system into 3D space, making that combat even more annoying. But if you're not looking to play all the other games, then I just recommend 1, 2, and 3. And yes, you will be confused. How do I hit all of these? How do I get up here even? I probably got to go through here. Let me see how I figure it out. Hiya! Oh, it's as simple as run through it. Alrighty. Why didn't I think about that? Oh, it's just God of War. God of War has never been as simple as just run through a thing. Oh. Poo-poo. Wow. You're really gonna be going about this, aren't you? I mean, I do have other abilities.
Huh?
Nope. Okay.
Lista!
Motherfucker! Ah, close enough. can't just climb over it. Yeah, I can't just vault over it. Yet. Yet. Ah, okay. What? What?
Come look at this.
Come look at what now? Where are you? I cannot see for shit. That one specifically. Okay. Okay. Not that one. So it's this one, right? That one, and that one. Alright. Damn it, wrong one. I missed. Motherfucker. Wrong one again. Wrong one again.
That was great.
Ding! Ooh, more apples! Yay, full! More health! Woo! That legendary asshole. Sorry about all the ding and dong and...
Hey, wait for me.
So... Gotta figure out how to get through this gate. But I can't. Well, yet. I got an idea. Some of these chest things are... They can be. I have an idea how to get this. I gotta throw it. Do this. Summon it back. Miss. Yoink! And now I should be able to actively get these. And missed the treasure entirely. That's not what I asked, Kratos. Fucking circle bombs. I had some more annoyances with the chess puzzles where you gotta actually hit like there was a bunch that were in a row, but I had to like go around and angle my positioning, and it was just back and forth, and that was more annoying than that one. At least those were all within sight. I just kept hitting the wrong one. There we go.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. I don't even see. I don't even see it. How to do it.
Father, you're...
My parries need work.
Father!
All right, I did buy this, didn't I? That was kind of a waste.
Ready and wait. Not ready.
Motherfucker, my parries.
No! Get up!
Yeah, my parries on some of these enemies are bad. I want to practice it, but I wish I just didn't have to fight both of them at once. I would prefer to fight one enemy at a time so I could practice it. I mean, they're not that difficult. I can't beat them. I just need to get better at my parries.
Here we go! Knocking them down!